And now, we need just one more cup of our flour. Okay, ooh, looking good. Looking good, okay. One more cup. There we go. Pop it up. Ooh, it's getting heavy. That's good. And there's the rest of our flour. All right. All right. There we go. There's all our flour. Now there is still one ingredient missing. Give me just a moment though. Let's make sure the batter's mixing properly. Okay. Oh, this is looking pretty good. All right. Hey, you can hear that motor struggling just a little. That's a good sign. All right. Now, make sure to scrape the sides, especially on this darn thing, the bottom, because some things like to get stuck on the bottom and they don't mix up right. Ooh, that's a good consistency. There we go. Scrape off the sides. Scrape off the bottom. Just make sure everything's getting mixed. There we go. All right. Ooh, that is heavy dough. Mm-hmm. We're going to get the bottom scraped up. Knock the gunk out of the beater so we make sure that's getting properly mixed instead of sticking in there. Sometimes that can happen. Let's just put that down again just a little bit. There you go. Get that out of the mixer on this side so it doesn't fall out. That's better. Okay. There we go. All right. But there's one ingredient remaining. Ooh, that is a thick batter. Maybe a little too thick. Oh well. Wow, that's really thick. But it's just right. You want it to be thick, but just a little sticky. Just a little. Okay, now, chocolate chips. Now, one thing I like to do is if I'm going sugar-free, I like to go whole hog. Lily's chocolate chips are sweetened with stevia and erythritol. They're expensive, but if you want to eliminate the sugar, these aren't a bad way to go. Now, these are milk chocolate style chips. You can get semi-sweet or dark if you want, just however your tastes go. So go ahead, we're going to add about half the bag. The whole bag is just a little too much. Come on, you. Oh, open up. There we go. Oh, collect chips. Oh boy. A little more. Not too much. I'm going to try some of those. These look good. Those are delightful. Very good. I like these. These are going to go great with the cookies. All right, mix it up some more. Get those chocolate chips blended in there really good. All right, how are we looking? Yep, blend it up nicely. All right, oven's preheated already. Let's tidy up here just a little bit. Not going to need that anymore. Put the eggs away. All right, next thing. Whew. That is just a little bit too thick. Maybe not just a touch too much flour. That's all right. Not everything's going to come out perfect. Just got to accept it and learn. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh, one thing you always got to do, taste the dough. Oh, very good. All right. Next up, got a cookie tray here. We just spray that down with a little oil. Don't want the cookies to stick. There we go. Now, often people will take cookies and ball them up and put them on here, and that's kind of what we're going to do, except we're going to mash those balls. I know what you're thinking! Get your mind out of the gutter! So you're going to mash those down flat, because these things do like to expand a bit when you cook them. Upward, not just outward. There we go. And, you can usually get about 3 to a row, maybe about 3 by 4 on a pan, depending on how big you want your cookies. There we go. We're going to just, there we go. The kids in the basement are going to love these. All right. No more. All right. All right. About halfway there. There we go. Now, one thing to note. The recipe calls for the oven to be heated to 350, but we're using whey protein in here. And 350 is right up on the limit of how hot you want to get whey protein when you're cooking with that. So I've turned the oven down just a little, around 330 or so. That way, we still cook the cookies, we add just a little bit of cook time, and the whey doesn't get burned. That way, you can cut the carbs, add up the protein. Get those gains, bro! All right. Ah, cookies. I wanted cookies. There we go. Get these about the right size. And just one more, and then it goes into the oven. I gotta tell you, sometimes it's nice baking with things that aren't already alive. They don't scream when you put them in the oven. Of course, that's half the fun, isn't it? I mean, I could just knock the children out, but what fun would that be? Okay. Cookies. All right, let's set the bake time. Okay, there we go. Now let's use some of that time here. Clean up a bit. Alright, wash your hands. Yeah, better to wash your hands a little too much than a little too little when you're in the kitchen, you know? Don't want to contaminate anything. There we go. Okay, so we got some dirty spoons and measuring cups and our butter plate. Okay. Oops, oh yeah, this one's trash. Just throw that out. Get to the trash can here. There we go. Alright, now. I don't think this stuff needs to be kept in the fridge, but I like to keep the stevia in the fridge anyway. Just be on the safe side. Oh shoot, that's right, I used up the rest of this swerve. That's trash now too. There we go. Ooh. All right. Just leave the recipe there for now, I guess. Salt. There. So does the vanilla, actually. So always tidy up the kitchen. And if you're waiting for the cookies to cook, well, might as well tidy up. I mean, if you don't really tidy up, sometimes it looks like the circus came through here. Oh, put these in the cupboard. Get in there. All right. Now, with whole wheat flour, I prefer to keep this in the fridge. Probably not strictly necessary, but whole wheat flour generally has just a little bit of that oil in it, and that oil can go rancid. So you're probably better off keeping whole wheat flour in the fridge. Plain white flour, if you're going to use that crap, well, I guess you don't really need to. But if you've got whole wheat, probably better off in the fridge, so just a small amount of oil. Not a big deal. but probably best to keep it in the fridge. Okay, chocolate chips. Ooh, I'm gonna have a few more of these. While we wait, why not? Oh, it's good. I do like these. Gotta hand it to Lily's. They're expensive, but they are good. Whey protein isolate. All right. Well, while we're waiting for this batch, we can always get started on the next one. Get that ready to go. Oil up the pan just a little there. And put out the next load of cookies. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I do get a little carried away sometimes and forget I'm on camera. Don't mind me. There we go. More cookies. Yeah, we're not quite going to fill up this baking tray. This recipe, looks like it's going to make approximately 20 cookies. Approximately. Again, depends on how big you want them. But for your, average size cookies. All right, now. Here we are. Oh, what do you want, cat? Go downstairs and entertain the children. All right. I already fed you today. If you're still hungry, go look at that one down there that I cut the face off of earlier. All right. All right, there we go. Actually, it's going to make more than 20. Just a little more. I'm going to fill this tray. Let's scoot things over just a little bit then. Make room for the next row. All right. This one's just a little bit bigger. There's that. And the last one. Okay, good. Put a total of 10 on this tray and 12 on that one. So 22 cookies. Your mileage may vary. And, now we're all done. No more mixing bowl, no more mixer. All right. One more. Okay, here we go. All right. Wash your hands, of course. Wash your hands. There we go. Now, the next batch of cookies is ready to go in. While we wait for the existing batch. Let's take a peek here. How long do we have left to go? Okay, 4 minutes it says. Oven light. Oops, I think I turned it off. Oh, is my oven light burned out? Oh, I think it is. Check your oven light regularly, folks. Something I put in there probably flailed around and broke it again. Oh, those are starting to look good. Still need some time, though. And using the golden whole wheat flour, you may have to increase the bake time just a hair. Just a little bit. So we may want to go 10, 11, 12 minutes. I mean, we've already got the temperature reduced, so we already have to increase the bake time just a little. There we go. Increase the bake time just a little. So, maybe about 12 minutes. Again, your mileage may vary just depending on how gooey you want those cookies. Okay. Anyway, so, what shall we do? Well, we wait now. So, I've already explained my rationale, but for those of you who weren't here, I like to do baking without any added sugar and using whole wheat flour, golden whole wheat flour, wherever possible. Why? Because let's face it, sugar is terrible for you, and we eat way too much of it these days. It's just, I mean, you know how many children in my basement are type 2 diabetics? I mean, the fat ones are more delicious, but let's face it, they're harder to get down there, you know? Anyway, I like to use stevia, erythritol, and monk fruit-based sweeteners because they don't affect blood sugar. Monk fruit and stevia are similar in that they both produce compounds. Stevia produces glycosides and monk fruit produces magrosides. And both of these are 200 to 300 times sweeter than sugar, but without the calories. All natural, folks. Erythritol is also all natural. It's a naturally occurring sugar alcohol. Now, erythritol can give you a bit of an upset stomach if you're sensitive to it or if you eat too much of it. If you know you can handle it, great, use it for baking. A lot of times the stuff you get is 1-to-1 sugar ratio. Some of it, like the Lakanto I was using, is erythritol plus monk fruit sweetener, and that's twice as sweet as sugar. That stuff works out really well. Doesn't work perfectly in everything, so make sure you've got that under your, make sure you know that. Experiment, learn, that's what it's all about. We're baking things and we're learning as we go. Make mistakes, that's okay, try again. Anyway, so, I also like to use whole wheat flour, specifically golden whole wheat flour. Because golden whole wheat flour doesn't really have that same strong, weedy taste that you get with a lot of wheat flour. But it still has all the fiber. Now, it is a bit heavier. It still does have a bit of a weedy taste, not nearly as strong. So you've got to take that into account. Maybe add a little more baking soda if you want it to rise more. A little bit less flour than the recipe calls for, just a little bit to compensate for that extra weight. And you'll be good to go. So, also, if you didn't know, I also cut my flour with a whey protein isolate. So, cut the carbohydrate and up the protein. Protein is a superior macronutrient to carbohydrate. Your body can use it for protein or can turn it into glucose via gluconeogenesis. So really, protein is both protein and carbohydrate. You can't go the other way. So, hey, eat that protein, man. All right. Only seconds left on the timer. Let's get some hot pads for this. And always be careful when you're cooking. These frilly sleeves, you want to make sure they're out of the way when you need them to. These things can catch fire if you brush them on a burner or something. Trust me, I've had experience with this. All right, let's check on these cookies. Almost. They're just going to need another minute or two. They're just about right. All right. Then we wait for them to cool, and we try one out. Oh, yeah. Oh, this stupid oven doesn't really have a good way of killing them. Yeah, shut up. Okay, so we'll leave those cookies in there for just another minute or two. Make sure they're good and cooked. Hopefully they'll still be just a little bit gooey in the middle, just the way a chocolate chip cookie should be. Then we can pop them out, put these in, leave those to cool. I should get a spatula out. I should very much get a spatula out. All right. So, give those a minute. Then we'll put them up on top. Pop this one in. Okay then. All right, come on. Oh, are we there yet? Oh, just right. Let's get them out of there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, now, I don't have a cooling rack on me right now. Well, let's make sure they're at least broken up from the bottom of the pan here. Don't want sticky cookies. All right, they're coming up nice. There we go. Okay. All right. So, now, let's get them off of that oven. It's going to be hot. It's going to slow the cooling process. There we are. There you go again. Just look at that. Look at what we made. We made cookies, damn it. Now, isn't that awesome? You get a bunch of raw ingredients together, you mix it up, and you got something awesome when you're done. No feeling like it. Well, okay, there's some better stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. All right. Let's see here. Come on. Cool it off. I want to eat you. Quit squirming. I want to eat you. I get carried away. Memories. All right. Well, that's going to take another few minutes. What shall we do in the meantime? Oh my goodness, I didn't set the timer. There we go. Well, that'll be just about right then. We're good. We're good. Those have only been out a minute or two. So we set up 10 minutes, and those cookies should bake just about right. Let's see here. That's still way too hot. Let me see here. Oh, here's what we do. Here's what we do. Here's what we do. Makeshift cooling rack. Get them off of that hot pan. Woo. There we go. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Get them out of there. A little piece and a little chocolate chip. Let's give that a go. Not bad, but hard to judge at this point. A little dry. I added the full amount of butter, but they've added just a little bit too much flour. What can you do? I mean, really? What can you do? All right. Just learn from it. That's all you can do is learn. Yeah, see? Now look at that. It's browned on the bottom and a little bit crispy, but not burnt. I think we got that one just right. Look on top, we got a little cracking. Still soft in the center, but harder around the edges. I think we got the cook time right on these. Yeah, I think a little less flour or a little bit more butter. Something to help moisten this a little better. Well. You know what? I think I'm good to try it. Yeah. It did come out dry. Not terrible. Not terribly dry. As I said, not bad though. Not bad. They are a work in progress, so don't be too hard on yourself. Anyway, that wraps it up. We just got more cookies in the oven. So, RPAN, until next time, sweet dreams.